Dorothy was written on my MA. I was investigating the site of Waterloo Bridge, which has been rumoured to have been built by women. I say rumoured, even though it is fact. There has been one photograph found by a historian. The rest of the evidence for this was destroyed in archives. And what I was trying to do with the text was, rather than filling in the gap in this history, because there is such a difficulty in finding evidence, I was trying to occupy that gap. So I was writing through different experimentations, different ways of research. For example, sitting in the bath and thinking about my relationship with Thames water, which is currently where my water is provided. So yeah, I'm just going to start. Via poem. The wave, those waves, waves constant, constantly drip from her clothing, those waves drip, disintegrate. Constantly, those waves, the wave drips, the drip is constant. The wave from her clothing, wave dripping, those waves, tidal. Those drips, the clothing, her wave drip, sighs. Those, wave, the wave, constant from her by volume. Clothing, the waves drip, constant, constantly constant, her clothing, the wave constantly drips from her clothing, clothing, the drip, drip, instant. Clothing, the wave clothes, her clothes, the clothing, the drip is constant. Those matter, the wave, the constantly drips from her without. Clothing to clothe, the wave, the drip is constant from her waving, the hour. Clothing, waving, the drip, the wave, constant from the drip, the clothing, those waves, those. Via photograph. Collected in 8-bit grayscale, mudlarks filling those gloves, hands 67 meters from our detritus, wielding a climate of cow teeth, dentures, clay pipes, hypodermic, Georgian glass, Vimto, zero sugar, alligator, prop, sex, token, hot water bottle, Samsung, ceramic chip, windscreen wiper, brick, glove, bike, wheel, plastic spoon, silver spoon, glass bottle, plug, ball, chain, key, coin, lock, thimble, dice, Morrison's trolley, everything but the name itself, likely washed away, thrown against South End Pier, North Sea or Channel, where we from June to August taste her, forming tonsil stones as throat stings each salt breath, voicing her name into ourselves or excreted into British waterways. Declared Thames as biologically extinct. Maybe her name is with the seals, face down, rotting and swelling a little more with each fresh tide. Via body. I've drunk one glass fresh lime. No, I'll start again. Sorry, the rabbit just jumped over there and she made me miss my line. I've drunk one glass, crushed lime, fresh mint, colour of piss, $2.85 a bottle. The Thames as cordial, back from the dead, spitting life into the sea, a bit too strong, just how mum likes it. Bring a glass, a cup, a flask, gulp it down and don't forget to wipe your mouth. Or the water will thicken and the lime scale from the taps will spread to your lips and the creases of your jaw and your teeth and throat and your nose and eyes and skin until you are fully clad in Portland stone and prepared to become a grade 2 listed structure. There will be no record of this event. Via bath. Globular, bulbous. She's shifting against plastic, chewed by bodies and hard water as tangerine into hips slip, thicken skim under the tap. Hot. Elongated fruit. Display your tentacles and tube feet. Rub ginger and active tar against your leather sculpt, sifting flickers of white. As canopy reclines into rosemary froth, this breasted retiform brim swells across furrows and fissures in both directions, an exchange of ripening. Bark clocks at the plug, her foliage reaching across a tiled floor. Via mother. Queen Philippa Imber leaks with every tide of the keel, every tide leaks quarters, leaks collect this new tide with every bin bag. Philippa bumps timber, wets timber with every Hovis factory, wet hair with every tide. Take to King's Road to public baths to bring back special brew. Won't eat the rats, leak the rats, or every tide. Homeopathic captain quarters, shit straight into every tide. With every timber, Philippa leaks a cat named Z. Locks with every tide. Via property. Leaving this open rent pocket of narrowing, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, Juliet balcony, inhale calm, feeding the bigger picture, sent to brother for approval, a studio with a view, isling the 2 rivers, figure a rabbit, drowning, this water pressure chain as the monsoon is stuck on full power. Via poem continued. From her, layered, the wave, those waves, waves constant, constantly drip from wave, clothing, those waves drip, strain, constantly drips waves, the wave drips, the wave is constant, the drip from her clothing, wave dripping, those waves, those drips, the constant, her constant drip, those waves into wave, the constant wave, constant from her clothing, drip, waves, drip, corner, drip, constant clothing, constant her clothing, the drip constantly drips from her clothing to wave, the drip, drip, clothing, the drip, the wave, clothes, her clothes, drip, clothing, remain, drip is constant, those, cleft, wave, the drip, the wave, the constant wave drips from clothing, her clove, the wave, the drip, her constant from her waving, the clothing, waving, the drip, the wave, the constant from the drip, through, clothing, those waves, those constant from her. Thank you.